Scott Huffman, who is a congressional candidate for North Carolina's District 13 and a former Navy veteran. He joins us now live from North Carolina. Really great to have you with us, Scott. I'm not sure if you caught the White House daily press briefing, but it was quite remarkable. It began with comments from America's top infectious disease expert, Anthony Fauci, defending comments he had made in the press about a hypothetical question that he was asked. He said, if we had mitigated earlier, could lives have been saved? His answer to that was yes, but he said his answer was to not place the blame on anyone, alluding to the Trump administration, which has come under heavy fire for not reacting quickly enough in this outbreak. I would like to start by asking you what you think of the Trump administration's response, whether they acted early enough, and whether you think that they should be doing more.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be on your show. First of all, no, I don't think the Trump administration has done enough to prepare our nation. They ignored all the warning signs from memos to security briefings. So I feel like we're behind the curve here, 2 months behind the process. And we really should be doing more to shore up the states, especially what's happening in New York. They're the epicenter of the corona outbreak with the most deaths, the most infections. And here in North Carolina, we're experiencing a stay-at-home effort to reduce the curve and to reduce the infection rate of the virus.
And I want to touch on something else. There's been a lot of debate because this crisis is sort of two-pronged. It's how it's impacting the health in our country, but it's also how it's impacting the United States economically. Governors have started forming coalitions to try to decide if, how, and when to reopen the U.S. economy. The president said in that press briefing that he has the ultimate authority in this nation on whether to decide whether to open the U.S. economy or not. How do you think that would work, and what impact do you think it would have on mitigating some of the economic pain that we've seen in this country as a result of the pandemic?
Well, first of all, I don't believe Trump has the authority to dictate what the governors can and cannot do. And I applaud Governor Cuomo's effort to try to bring some semblance of life back to his area and working with the other governors in the area. So it's really disappointing to hear that Trump would claim he has the ultimate authority when he has the ultimate authority, and he's really done nothing to protect our nation and our citizens from the infection. I mean, we've had over 21,000 Americans die as a result of this virus, and again, we're behind the curve here. As far as the economic issue, I feel like the government should actually do more to help working class folks in our area that are greatly impacted. I mean, we've seen over 16 million unemployment claims have been filed in the nation. In North Carolina, that's several 100,000. And so we really need to be doing more. I understand the IRS is going to be getting checks out here by next week or this week, but a one-time check is not going to be enough. So I really feel like the government should probably do more in that area to help the working class folks who are struggling to pay their rent, put food on the table, and of course, deal with the loss of the jobs.
Scott, want to get your perspective on one last thing before we go. You are also a Navy veteran. We have certainly seen a lot of news about how the coronavirus has impacted that very, very important part of America's military. For one thing, the Navy had reported the first coronavirus death and over 500 cases on that ship. And we also know that Captain Crozier was fired for raising the alarm on that ship. What is your response to all of that? And how do you think people in the Navy can be protected in all of this?
Well, first of all, my heart goes out to the loss of life from coronavirus to the sailor on the USS Theodore Roosevelt. I really applaud Captain Crozier for stepping up and bringing the alarm that his ship was infected. This coronavirus has really exposed, a national security issue that we have as a result of this. What more can we do? Well, we need to do more to protect our military folks who are on the front lines of our serving our nation, and dismissing Captain Kozar from the captain as the captain of the USS Theodore was a bad decision. I don't agree with that. In fact, I feel like he should be reinstated. We have had several veteran groups speak up against the firing and the treatment of the captain and his crew, but we really need to do more. We need to make sure that they're isolated, they're quarantined, they're giving the personal protective equipment they need. And of course, we need to make sure that those captains get the support they need from the chain of command. It's clear that Trump might have been upset if he heard of the letter leaking out. Well, it didn't do anything good to help readiness and ship morale when they dismissed the captain and relieved him of his command. So I applaud the sailors for standing up and giving that captain a sign off as he left the ship for the last time. But I am disappointed in what's happened, and we need to do more to protect our sailors and our military on the front line.
Scott Huffman, we really appreciate you coming on to add your expertise. We'll leave it there for now. Stay with us on TRT World.